Today I'm here with my buddy David, and he has had some issues with his truck. We're getting him home to Ohio, and I have done a couple of RV transport truck reviews where I show other people's setups, and he said he didn't mind if we did a review of his setup, and he's got a really good setup. That's why I asked. You know, I hate to do this whenever we're trying to get him home so he can get his truck repaired, but he said it would be okay, so I figured you guys might enjoy it. First thing that I noticed on this truck the first time I saw it was the Iron Cross front bumper. My nephew has this bumper on his Dodge. It seems to be a very well-made bumper. The one with the full brush guard like a ranch hand, would obviously give you more protection. But I like the look of this bumper a whole lot better myself. It does have a winch plate in front of it, but he put his license plate over the front of the winch plate because he doesn't have a winch. It just a really solid bumper, and I think it'd be a lot of protection if he was to get a deer or something like that. Now, because of, we went and bought the Towbar to get him home after the engine started making noises, so we would have most likely had to pull that bumper off. We'd have definitely had to pull the brackets out and install the mounting brackets for the Towbar. But by having this bumper, he just pulled the D-rings off, and we bought this conversion kit, adapter kit, whatever you call it, to go with the Blackhawk 2, and that made it where we could just go right to the D-ring holes. I thought that was excellent. That kept us from having to do a lot of extra work in the parking lot. Moving on inside, he's got his microwave and coffee pot down here, and if you're going to be on the road as much as we are, that's really good to have. He's got an inverter in the back. We'll talk about it later. You can see his power strip down here by the tire, and a Bodega refrigerator freezer, and it's got the well, you can't see that, all the lights are flashing around, but it goes down to -4, and it shows the voltage on your truck. It shows the temperature inside the cooler, which he's got set at 42 degrees now, and you have pretty good luck out of it then?
Oh yeah, and as he just showed you the two temperatures, you can also make it just a cooler instead of a freezer and cooler. And it's got the safeties on it that you can set, so if it does draw on your batteries, it'll shut itself off, all that.
That's pretty awesome.
I believe I paid under 200 bucks for it on Amazon.
Yeah, that's a lot better than the Dometic, what I have.
And it actually has a compressor in it too. It's not fancy. It's a regular compressor.
It does have a compressor. And how long have you had it?
About a year now.
About a year now.
It went through the summers and not a problem.
Right, and it fits his seat a lot better, but I think the Fords actually have a bigger seat. Now, one thing I was looking at when I bought my truck is the Carhart seat covers. Right. What do you think about those? Would you buy them again, yes or no?
Absolutely. They say that they're waterproof, and they are. I've spilled cereal on my lap and held it just like a bowl. Easy to clean up, washable.
Right. Now, another thing about the Carhart seat covers, and I'll get a better look at the driver's side because it doesn't have anything in it. I was worried that they weren't going to fit tight. You know, the reviews I read said they fit kind of baggy, but yours look like they're actually pretty good.
They fit really tight. And this one over here, I also have a cushion underneath to help keep my cooler level.
Oh, gotcha. But, so that's why it's raised up in the back.
Right,
I see it now.
Right.
Yeah.
They fit snug. They got nice little straps. They were, very simple to put on.
Right.
And great design.
Well, I know, like, my driver's seat's torn all to pieces, and I wished I would have, put seat covers on when I got it. So, well, you want to move on to the back?
Yep.
Now, I love having my back seat because I do so much stuff. When I get home, I take all my stuff out, and I may have 3 or 4 people riding with me, but his truck is more of a strictly work truck, and he was showing he has another power strip right here. He got the portable 12-volt cooker like what I have, and there's his inverter mounted, screwed to the bottom of the bed. Now, in the event that I do get to the position where I can take my back seat out and put a bed in, it's super functional because you have all this extra room for storage. He has the same printer that I've got right there, and that thing has been a trooper as well. It just looks a lot more neat and comfortable than what I've got over there. But we'll move on to the other side, or you got anything else over here?
No.
Okay.
The bed frame is not mounted in there either. It's just built and set in there.
Okay.
So it takes me all of maybe 15-20 minutes to take that out, and 6 bolts and my seat's back in.
Right. That's awesome. So that would, like I say, that your doors look huge compared to mine, and I'm pretty sure the Ford does have a lot more room in it than what my Chevrolet's got.
And even the mattress, that was a mattress from Walmart. It was like $100 bucks. I just cut it off to the size that I needed.
Yeah. Now, the bed cover, he's got the tuxedo bed cover, and one thing I think is pretty awesome about this is it opens from the front or it opens from the back, so he can get in to fuel his truck without, like me, I have to roll mine completely up. But he pulls this and full access to the front fuel tank. Now that is super convenient. I really like that. And you have a 72-gallon fuel tank here, just like the one Mr. Tennessee had. He also has another toolbox right here. That's the thing about having a long wheelbase. You have all that extra real estate that I don't have. And you can see his fuel tank setup. He's actually got a pump, and it looks like a really good setup. And you've had all this on here for how long?
2 years.
2 years?
It's been since I started, and I started hauling June 8th of 2 years ago.
Did you say that you got the pump and stuff off Amazon, or did you get it from Dan's or Dealey Depot?
I've replaced my pump once, and I bought that on Amazon.
Okay.
But I had it all originally installed at Dealey Depot.
Dealey Depot. Okay. Yep. And if you guys watch videos, we like Dealey Depot. We like Dealey Depot and Dan's. They're both really good places.
The toolboxes I got at Dan's.
Okay.
The fuel tank was done at Dealey.
Cool. All right. And you can see where we're towing the truck. To make it cleaner so there wasn't any wires sitting here tapping against his truck, we just ran them all through the inside right across his bed and split 2 wires going to one side, 2 wires going to the other. So that's what those wires are. They're to run the tail lights on the back of the truck. So to fold this up, we just lift it up and fold it back over. Just like that. Did that go down right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That's simple. And it looks really good on there. It is a tuxedo brand. And did you get that at Dealey Depot?
No, I bought that through Real Truck, but
Real Truck.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Dan's has it or not, but it's a tuxedo by Deuce by Tuxedo.
Deuce by Tuxedo. All right. Here are the tail lights we put on, and we just zip tied those with big cable ties, and the wires ran them right under the tailgate. And for ground, we just slid the ground right up under that, and they've worked right around 2,000 miles now. We haven't had one go out. But before we do this, tell me about that massive hitch right there.
I love it.
Yeah?
Absolutely fantastic. It saves wear and tear on your tires. It gives me better fuel mileage. You don't get the chucking.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you pull any park models. I mean, that is the way to go.
Yeah. You say it had a gauge on it to show you?
Yeah, it's up here in the front. It's just like a sticker gauge, but it's weight gauge. So you keep it in the green, your tongue weight's good.
Just keep it in the green, and tongue weight's good. So if you have something that's going to max it out and put it into the red, you're got it maxed out, and you're not going to get the torsion. I see it's got some greasable fittings here.
And they told me about every 6 months to grease them. So, and mine was just recently greased last week whenever I was home. So.
Okay. So I will try to leave a link to this and on Amazon as well, so y'all can check it out, or you can go to Gen Y, or you can go to Dan's or Dealey Depot, or
that's where I got mine at Dan's.
Now I was going to get one of these, but for the money, what I was told is with a multitude of trailers I would be hauling, since I was with Jimbo and Company at the time, that I may have one trailer that would be super heavy and max it out. The next trailer would not be as heavy. They told them I needed to give them the weight of the trailer I was going to be pulling when I ordered it, so I could order the right one to go with the weight of the trailer I was going to be pulling. And they advised me just to get a regular hitch at the time, because I wouldn't pull anything super heavy like he does.
And from what I understood when I was buying this one, they actually have 3 levels to this. So this is the middle grade one. Okay. So you could, if you were hauling smaller trailers, I believe you'd go with the smaller one. I think it's like a 10,000 or 12,000. This is a 16,000 pound one.
Awesome. Cool. So that's good to know. And he also has the safety chain extenders down there, because when you go the Gen Y, it sets back a little further, and it's hard to get your safety cables to reach a lot of the times. So that just makes it a lot more functional.
And that came with the hitch. That's all included.
Oh, that came with the hitch. That's even better.
The big ones. The others I already had, but yeah, these came with the
Okay. Well, heck yeah. So there's the toolbox of K&W like mine. Now there's a lot of guys that ask questions about these toolboxes, and I will try to get the dimensions. I've not seen them anywhere online. I've looked everywhere. Have you ever seen them online?
No, not this brand, no.
Right, but I will get the measurements and I'll leave them in the description. That way, if you guys are looking for something comparable, maybe you can find it. And I'll also leave a link to K&W's website. But if you want one of these, I think they have a dealer locator to see if there's a dealer near you. But I do know that Dan's and Dealey Depot both do sell these. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get her rolled up. What about your fifth wheel? See your fifth wheel?
Yeah, it's a Curt 25. And this tonneau cover also, I have a 2-year warranty on it, so anything goes wrong, you just call them up. I mean, I had it.
Okay. So you've actually called them and talked to them?
Yeah, I had a strap bust off on one of my cross members there.
Yeah.
They replaced it, no problem. They actually, this brand new cover.
Oh, heck
Sent me the whole cover.
Cool. So that's awesome. And yeah, it's a 26,000 pound Curt. 25,000 pound Curt.
Yep.
I believe this is the same one that Mr. Tennessee and some other friends had too. I see this a lot. And this is the box, just the box for the hitch. The
Q25.
Okay.
It's a Q25.
Q25. Okay. Yep, right over there. And what do you think about the hitch?
It's been a really good hitch. I mean, I would recommend it. I pull a lot of heavy stuff, so I'd like to go to the next one up.
Right.
Just because I like to have overkill.
Absolutely.
And,
that last trailer you pulled out there was how much?
19.4.
And that's shipping weight, 19,400 pound shipping weight. Okay.
The GVWR was 24,000.
Awesome. That's a heavy trailer. Now, is that the gooseneck plate that I see underneath there?
And that's made by Curt also. That was like around $100 or so.
Have you pulled a gooseneck on the?
Yes.
How does it do?
It did well.
Okay.
For being just a plate like that, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I see the ball back here now, because I've had a lot of people ask me about, have I used that before, and I've never had anybody, I'm not knowing anybody that had one, so yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I think about it was hooking one up, just because, they're backing into them, it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to, with this, it'll kind of self-center as the kingpin comes in, and on the gooseneck ball, you basically have to get almost perfectly over top.
That was the hard part, because you basically got to get it right over top of it when you set them down.
Right. But I do like how, I love my B&W sitting on the turnover ball. I don't see me ever changing, but I do like that you can pull the pins, everything comes out. Pull the pins, the hitch comes out. It looks like it'd be a lot lighter to set out than mine is. And then you have the gooseneck plate down there that you can have in or out, and you can also use it leave it in with the fifth wheel, so he's not having to find a place to store it.
And with it being pins too, you can buy a lock that replaces a pin. That way it's locked in there. That way.
Awesome. I've never even thought about locking it in, so somebody couldn't walk up and take it.
I got a lock on it.
And this one is a K&W as well. You say you got it at
Dan's.
Got it at Dan's.
That one I had to have custom because of the bed cover. Because of it sticks in a little bit from your rails.
Yeah.
So the standard size was just a little bit too wide. It would hit the rail. So I had them custom make me one, cut it down so it's
cool. So they actually made it a little bit narrower then.
Right.
Heck yeah. And the way that it's made, it sets up over the fifth wheel. Comes out up over the fifth wheel, and there's no way that's going to touch a fifth wheel or anything, right? So yeah, you got more than plenty of storage. I mean, you can never have enough storage, but you got twice what I've got inside the cab and outside the cab, so that's awesome.
I mean, I carry a lot of stuff, and I still, as you can see, I don't have nothing laying in my bed, so if I needed to, I can put stuff back in there too. And you've got one of the fire extinguisher mounts over there like I have too, and let me get back around here. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but I had gotten mine and I absolutely love it. That thing has just
before I got that, I was consistently breaking those little plastic covers that come with it. Get it right here and make sure you guys see what I'm talking about. Yeah, and all you do is, there's one piece of the mount that stays with the fire extinguisher, the other piece of the mount stays with the bed of the truck, and you just pull the pin and it slips off, slips out. You can replace that fire extinguisher with another one if you need to or whatever. And I'm not going to get in there and pull the pin on or anything like that, but yeah, it works really, really good. I don't know, I can't really see where I'm putting that because I got it over there, but maybe you guys saw that. But yeah, we'll get his bed cover closed up and we'll move on to the inside. Yep. For a soft cover, I like that a lot. Now, when you look at my truck and you come back here and look at his truck just is set up so much neater than mine. I just really like how it doesn't look all cluttered up like my truck, but that's one of the advantages of taking the back seat out, having all that storage up underneath.
I can show you.
Yeah.
Like this is my daily bag, you want to walk in for showers and stuff, so it's easy to get to.
Yeah.
And I keep little totes underneath here.
Oh, okay.
Got my clothes and stuff.
Cool.
So they're real easy to take in and out when I get home, put back in the truck.
Absolutely.
I got two of them I keep my clothes in. I got two of them in there I keep food and snacks and stuff in.
Gotcha.
You know?
And I see you got your jump box and some other stuff up front. So
that's a heat gun meter, check axles and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Temperature. Yep.
Jump box.
Heck yeah. Well, like I said, you're set up for whatever, no doubt.
So.
While you put that back up, I'm going to take a look at the Carhart seat cover up front. Now on this side, he's got his seat cushion on top, and you got this one little spot right here that's exposed, but that's not hurt on my truck. What's hurt is from about right here to right here. It's just completely ripping open. So it doesn't have to be Carhart. It doesn't have to be any high dollar name brand seat cover. But guys, if you spent this kind of money on a truck, try to protect your seats as best you can. He's also got one of these. I know my buddy Mr. Tennessee have one, and I know a lot of people that have them, and I keep a wash rag folded up right here because I don't want to wear through that over time because of the amount of miles we ride in a day. You know, it can happen. You'll rip right down through here. Now, like I say, I'm not a really big Ford person. I just always grew up on Chevrolets, but why couldn't I have gotten 4 cup holders? I mean, that's awesome. So now he has room. He can put his phone right here. He can put his tablet mount over there, and you know, still have 2 cup holders open. You know, and another thing that I'll pick on Chevrolet, why didn't I get upfitter switches? I mean, I know this is a 3,500, mine's a 2,500, but the Dodge 2,500s come with them. But yeah. Now, one other thing that he has that I absolutely love, it's on my shopping list, is this camera. The first time I met him, he was showing me this. It has a forward-facing dash camera right here that catches out of the front. Then it also has another camera back here that he ran back mounted under the third brake light. Right there. Now, I don't know if he can turn this on and show it to us. We got our cables and wires running around everywhere. But this thing is freaking awesome. On your way.
See, so you can pivot it up and down.
Yeah.
There, now I got the split view.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the front camera there and the rear view there.
Okay.
Hit it again. I just changed sides is all.
Yeah.
Or I go like that, now all I'm doing is looking at rear view.
Okay.
Which is really handy, hooking up a fifth wheel, you know, pulling them. And if you're hooked up to a camper, especially a fifth wheel, you're not really using it or whatever, or even on it, shut it off and it works just like a rear view.
Right.
It's got a...
Alright, hold on a second. He's going to turn it back on right quick. And it's really hard to see on camera. I'm going to try to hold it with my other hand, and I'm trying not to put it all up in his face too. But if you can see right there to turn it on, and maybe it'll work a little. Yeah, there you go. So now we're looking at the back, off the back of his truck. And like I said, I'm gonna try to reach up in here and scroll this so you can just take and drag it down.
All right.
And you can see the very back of the bed, or you can go up all the way down to check out what's in your bed while you're going down the road. Bring it back down, and then you say you can swipe it and go to the front.
Right.
Okay.
There's front only.
So there's my truck.
And even if it's viewing like this, it's still recording back too. It's just you're not looking at it.
Okay.
So it's always recording both front and back.
That's awesome. And guys, the picture on this thing on the camera is horrible compared to what it is in person. In person, that is a crystal clear view. That is definitely on my to-do list. And it just straps.
Right.
If I can show, you don't have to take it off, do you?
Oh, it's simple.
Yeah, just rubber straps.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everything's off.
Oh yeah, whenever you took it out of the, yeah, it's a little better now. But yeah. Like I say, I wish that would have shown up a little bit better for you guys on camera, but whenever the first time I met him and he was showing me his truck, that was one of the first things I saw that I thought, man, I gotta have that. I wouldn't say it was just super quick and simple, easy installation, putting the rear view on. It's just strapping it on, but then you still have to run the wire to the back for the back camera. But
which was pretty simple. I mean, I just run it up and along inside the headliners there a little bit, you know, and brought out the back.
Oh yeah. Well, for what it does, it's awesome. I mean, I wish that, let me try to get you guys in here again. So that's the video, the forward-facing video, what it's getting of my truck. And then could you swipe it to the back again for me? And that's the split screen, and there's the back of the truck. So yeah, that would come in extremely handy hooking up a gooseneck or a fifth wheel, I imagine. Probably the fifth wheel more so than the gooseneck.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and he's got his CB radio is mounted to the dash, and yeah, there's his setup. Well, I forgot all about measuring his toolbox and showing you the fuel pump and filter setup he's got, and I apologize for that. But I do have the same toolbox he's got. I was going to measure it for you right now, that way you can see it in person. And he sent me a link to his fuel pump that he has on the truck, and I'll leave that in the description below. So if we turn around here and running right across the top, right at 22 inches. And then if we go height wise, it is right at 13 inches. You can see that. And then lengthwise going across the truck is 55 inches. So 55 by 13 by 23. Or 23 deep, 13 tall, and 55 wide, however you put that. So sorry about not getting the measurement straight from his, but I figured that would be close enough because I'm pretty sure we do have the exact same toolbox. We called and talked about it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. I sure do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.